Okay, time for 15 minutes for us just to hang out and do what we need to do, body double, so we can get something done together. And what I'm going to work on today, if you want to join me, is I actually have this shirt that was going to be given away, but I want to give it one last chance and I'm going to vandalize it. I don't know if it counts as vandalizing, but as a rule follower, this is the closest to vandalizing that I'll get. So I was inspired by a gal who does whimsifying her wardrobe. I'll link it out because it's phenomenal, phenomenal. And like a month ago, I ordered the same Sharpies that she used and I threw them in the doom pile and haven't used them. But doing this series, I'm inspired to pull things out of my doom pile and maybe actually do them. So we're gonna take this and these and see what we can make. I'm gonna put on the rectangle and you press pause to get whatever you need to get ready. If you wanna do the dishes, set this by your kitchen. If you wanna dust, whatever, just get ready when you're ready with your things. And if you want to grab like a Sharpie, just grab a regular Sharpie and a shirt that you have permission to mess up. Like this could be a trash item, which I hope it's not, but get something that you have permission to mess up. And then press play when you're ready. Okay, get ready to press pause in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, a different view, angle of the room. So exciting. Okay, hopefully you got your things for whatever you're going to be doing. I've got my lovely mannequin. This thing is very cool. I'm gonna start the timer and we're just gonna see what we can do in 15 minutes together, okay? So here we go. 15 minutes, boop, boop, boop. On the timer, I'll just set it right over here, which my butt will probably be in the way. Okay, so I was brainstorming beforehand a little bit, which I know is kind of cheating, but what I do want to do is draw a toei and then put toei marks on this shirt. Why a toei? What is a toei? A toei is my favorite backyard bird and possibly my favorite um, bird in general, the Abert's toei. So page 44, this is my Sibley's guide. Okay, so here we go. Abert's toei is this guy. He's got this little mask, but he's like kind of this drabbish brown bird. But then he's got kind of flamboyant tuchus and then this cool like bandit mask. And you just usually see them like underneath bushes, scritching, looking for things. But I often have a pair in my backyard and I love them because they're outgoing introverts. Which I relate to a whole bunch. Like I like my quiet time. Oh, I'm sorry for my noise there. I like my quiet time, but then when like nobody's looking, which I know this sounds ridiculous because I'm filming this, but when nobody's looking, like I am very, very silly and I enjoy that. And I've seen Abert's toeies running around on the hammock and just being super silly and just big old goofballs. And so I love them, and I love that I'm not gonna draw the classic, I wanna put, like, bird footprints on this, but it's not gonna be like this, because they hop, and then they go scritch, scritch to get the snacks underneath their feet. And so it's gonna look like a mess because I'm gonna start I've never used these markers, and I'm just using it the first time on this shirt. So they go scritch, scritch, and they hop around. So the little marks are going to be a little bit different than possibly what we're used to. I'm going to draw a couple different paths. I have to make sure that I keep them generally the same proportionately. And then I'll have to figure out how to do some of those scritch scritches because the scritch is gonna look like, oh, can I make this even taller? Oh, nope, that's coming from the bottom. Oh, yes. Oh, no, no. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, the scritch is one of the most enjoyable parts. I shared at an Audubon Society meeting, which Audubon Society is people, if you like birds, come hang out with the Audubon Society folks. And they a lot of them are called like Bird Alliance now, which is super awesome. And I love that they have, because that's more straightforward. Like, unless you know who Audubon is, that's like it's not as inviting and welcoming. But I understand that there's history. I understand that there's conversations, but I think Bird Alliance is a very cool message, and also it just is welcoming to folks. Anyway, so you should check out if you have one in your area. The people, I just started hanging out with the Audubon Society in my region, and they're super cool. The Desert Rivers Audubon Society, love them. The nicest stinking people. So I shared, because most people are like, oh, my favorite bird is something like noble and cool and big, like, I don't know, something like a people wouldn't say a peacock here, but like, oh, a bald eagle, or just something very cool. Vermilion flycatchers, which are cool. I love vermilion flycatchers. But mine's, this little brown backyard bird. And I shared that. And this gentleman came up to me, and he was just so quiet. He came up. He said, Excuse me, I also love the towhee. Can I share with you? I wrote a poem about it. And I was like, yes, please share this poem with me. And this guy, off his noggin, shared the most lovely I was like, I had teared up. I teared up with just happy joy face, because it was absolutely, he was talking about the scritching, and he glowed when he was sharing this poem. And I'm a person that, like, poetry evades me often, but this was an example. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just, I got it. I was like, this is how people experience poetry. And it was just a wonderful moment. I'm so thankful he shared that with me. So now when I see towies, not only do I love towies, but I kind of love humanity a little bit more, which is super duper cool. Okay, so I drew one path of little hops, I'm gonna do another color. Let's mix it up. I did purple. Can't have some purple without, oh, I think I might actually do the toey now. I want to do the toey on the front, but I don't know how to do the toey. And I kind of like these stripes. I want to leave them as they are. Like, it's the fabric underneath that has it. So, you know what? I might not draw the toey. I actually might not draw the toey because it's so literal. And I think the little scritchy hops might do it. So how can I do, because I feel like the scritchy hops are going to be a key. Like, you can identify based off of the scritchy hops. So maybe I'll do that kind of over the heart. And I'm just going to draw squiggles. And then another set of hops. Is there something in what's in your area that you love, that just brings you joy? If you have a green space nearby, is there something that you see that everybody's like, no, yeah, we see those every day, no biggie. But you're just like, but that's my bird. Like, I will never, I miss, from living in Nevada, we had robins. And I miss robins so much. And they were everywhere. But I don't get to see them as much anymore. And I miss their cheery up, cheerio, cheery up, cheerio, cheery up, cheerio. And now, you know when you write a word so often that it loses all meaning? I'm making these little feet, and now they just look like little pitchforks. Maybe that's because I work at Arizona State University, forks up and all. And I'm feeling good about not making the toey and not making it as literal. And another reason is because it adds pressure. And as this time is about not being pressured, there's plenty of times you should go outside of your comfort zone. Absolutely. In fact, when I say at the end, oh, go say hi to somebody, that might be a good moment to put yourself out of your comfort zone to say hi to somebody maybe you haven't said hi to in a while, or somebody new. But this time is not that time for it. I'm gonna do some dots. Scritch, scritch, dot, dot. This is time for drawing silly bird feet. Ooh, somebody's outside. Always letting us know. Ruff. Oh, I'm gonna do another. Scritch, scritch. Oh, gotta go over. Bobo! Here's the secret phrase. Boys, come here. Hi. Hi. Good job, buddy. Good job. Thank you. Can you not bark? You're killing my vibe. Can you not bark? Here. Yeah, that's a good boy. Thank you for coming when called. So another thing that the Whimsifying the Wardrobe gal pointed out is to put some fabric. There's some fabric stuff that you can put on this. So I will add that on. I'm gonna paint that on later, I think. I think that's what she did. So I'll do that. Either way, this is like a totally low stress, you know, if it washes out, meh. It was a good experience. Good experiment. Okay, another color. So we did orange. Let's do green. Let's stick to warmish vibes. I think the green, I'll do one that goes across. Yeah, and I'll do another scritch scritch here. Oh, the screen's not very easy to see. But you know what? Do I want to keep going with this green? Yes, yes I do. No I don't. Yes I do. No I don't. Oh, I already wrote it. Oh no, I don't like this green. Okay, I'm not gonna do the scritch scritches because I think that's gonna just look messy with this one. Let's get this green off pretty fast. Man, I wish I tested this and did it in the back first, but committed to the orange, and the orange was awesome. Okay. Green, get thee away. Okay. Here's a blue. I feel like we need a warm color in the back. I'm gonna do this yellow. Yellow is also hard to see, but at least is not as weird looking. I mean, that green is a cool green, but it's not a green that I would normally use. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I'll have to do a sweep. Yeah, I'm gonna just sweep this way. Let's see. I'm actually gonna use up, make a path. To help me visualize. I've got 30 seconds left. Woo! All right, we did it. Well, almost did. This is not done. I will say one perk of doing something for a short period of time, saying, oh, I'm going to do something for 5 minutes, for 15 minutes, often like going like, okay, 5 minutes. I could do this for 5 minutes. Once you get going, sometimes you don't want to stop. So I'm actually going to wrap this up, but then I'm going to give another like 10 minutes or so because I just think I need a couple more pathways and I need a couple more scritches. I might add a scritch back here. A couple more scritches and I think I'll be done. Might just need, yeah, I need one more up front because that green was, ugh. So yeah, I hope you had fun vandalizing something you have permission to mess up, which for some of you might be like, oh, that doesn't do it at all. But for me, it's helpful. And I will share this on the social medias when I'm done. And go ahead, add hashtag daily dabble if you did something and want to share it. I would love to see what you made. And have a great rest of your day. And once again, thanks to Whimsifying Your Wardrobe series because that was very inspirational. So have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna go back to this. Yeah, okay. You can turn it off now. Yeah, just turn it off. Turn it off.